Reasons why your graffiti tags don't look good as a beginner. Watch until the end to see common mistakes I see beginners making. Let's waste no time and get right into it. So, the first reason why your tag doesn't look good is that you are trying to force style. Don't worry, we've all been there. Okay, maybe I don't speak for everyone, but I can definitely speak for myself. So, what does forcing style mean? Well, it's basically when you try to run before you can walk, let alone being able to take baby steps. Trying to force that style in a super unnatural way. I often see tags that have a similar vibe to this one, with arrows coming from the ends of letters, maybe a super stylized letter that is just thrown in the middle, or bends, kinks, and distortions going in every which way and direction. Trying to add that steez to your letters when you don't exactly know how or why. This makes your letters get lost in all the chaos. If there is one thing you take away from this example, it is that I would highly recommend you don't have arrows coming from any parts of your letters. Not initially anyways. Again, don't worry. When I first started, I was guilty of this, but I had no one to tell me otherwise. I thought that my hand style was fresh, until I was met with puzzled faces every time I would show my work to someone. Again, we've all been there, and I get it. Seeing dope styles online makes you want to give it a try immediately, right from the start. But let me remind you that there is no rush. Now, the second reason has nothing to do with the actual tag itself, but this time, the actual speed in which you do your tag. Okay, you probably wouldn't think that this affects a tag much, right? But it really does. I see beginners going extremely slow. And now, I don't have the best example for this, but it almost comes across as if you are trying too hard. Going super slow creates these robust lines, lacking character and movement. Often the marker you are using will also bleed into the paper as well. You end up with this heavy, dragged-out feel, and that energy in life is just not there. Now, of course, this is absolutely fine as a beginner, and you can go as slow as you need to when you are first learning. But you don't want to be going this slow all the time when you are practicing the bulk of your tags, at least in my recommendation. Why? Because you don't build that needed muscle memory to get those letters down pat. Also, when you are going super slow, there is no room for any freedom. Some of my favorite letters I have developed started from an accident, and if your hand is too rigid, there is no room for, as Bob Ross would say, happy accidents. If your hand is stiff and your mind is overthinking every curve, it becomes robotic. When you are coming up with new tags, creating new letters, go as slow as you desire, and in fact I recommend taking your time. Then when it comes to practice and repetition of that tag you've come up with, use swift, smooth, confident lines. This will make your tags look much, much cleaner. And with time and practice, it'll become second nature. Now, I know they are almost irresistible at times, and it just seems almost impossible sometimes to do a tag and then not add an arrow, quotation marks, clouds, or anything of the like. I know they are fun. Trust me, I get it. When I was first starting graffiti, I couldn't do a single tag without adding them. And what I'm talking about is add-ons, but more specifically having way too many of them. And this is the third reason as to why your tag might not look good. Halos, underlines, arrows, crowns, speech marks. The list goes on. The problem with having too many of these? Firstly, your tag becomes crowded, and the letters themselves don't have any breathing room. After all, the letters are the star of the show, so you want them to be clear and have room to shine. It's like putting 10 toppings on a pizza. At some point, the base just can't hold it. Same thing here. Your tag ends up looking messy and cluttered. 1 or 2 add-ons is fine. You just don't want to go absolutely crazy with it. Be reasonable. Rule of thumb is to make sure it complements, not distracts. Let the letters breathe. Let the structures speak. Add-ons are like seasoning, not the whole dish. Oh, and just as a quick tip, as tempting as it might be, avoid using crowns and adding drips to your letters. Now, this usually also is quite common when I see beginners forcing style. Letter structure is usually broken, and it's another reason why your tag might not look good. Again, this is a complete over-exaggeration, but you get the point. What is letter structure? Explained in the most simple way possible, it's simply how a letter is formed in order to create a readable letter, like these on the screen. Most commonly, I see parts of the letters that don't connect, don't line up, or get lost due to all the style. That's where this ties in with reason number 1. If someone can't tell whether your B is a B or a squashed R, you've got a problem. And again, don't worry. I did this all the time in the beginning. Start by focusing on basic letters and just keep it very simple. Less is always more. Once you understand the bones of a letter, you'll know how far you can push it without losing the original form. And that's where the magic lies. Now lastly, I mentioned going too slow. Now doing the exact opposite also has a bad effect on your tag. Going way too fast can leave your tag looking like this. I see this all the time. This is better than going super slow, but by going too fast it almost turns into a scribble. It's like trying to freestyle rap without knowing the beat. You just end up all over the place. You want a happy medium. Not too fast, not too slow. Just steady and consistent. Let your hand glide. Don't rush it like you're in a race. If it feels too quick and jittery, that'll show in the lines. Practice that steady, swift pace, sharp and precise. But also, don't overthink it. And there you go. That's 5 reasons why your graffiti tags don't look good as a beginner. Just keep in mind that I've done everything before in my journey that was on this list. There is no good nor bad. It's all part of the process. Mistakes are part of the growth. You are always just one tag away. Just remember that. If you made it all the way until the end of the video, comment the word style down in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. We are only just getting started. Professor Tiny G out.